Right now, we're hearing for the first time from Madison's interim superintendent about the need to review disciplinary policies after a recent threat at a middle school.
And police search a Cottage Grove home after Madison East High School students on a school trip find hidden cameras in their hotel room.
Plus, Boys and Girls Club leaders are surprising a single father working overtime to support his children with a holiday shopping spree.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
The Madison School Superintendent says the district will review its current policies after an incident at Jefferson Middle School where one student shot another with a BB gun.
But as for the student's record and how that reflects on the policies, she wouldn't say. Amy Reed sat down with the superintendent and joins us now.
Today, Superintendent Jane Belmore wouldn't comment on information we've reported that the student involved here had 25 prior incidents. Those incidents, including one where the student said they would shoot up the school and kill everyone inside, had consequences attached. But we found the student was back in school the next day after receiving out-of-school suspensions. We asked Jane Belmore about this today, and while she didn't want to say any more than they've already said about this incident, she did say they will be looking over their policies and procedures.
We are always looking at our practices to make them better for all students at all times. So this incident, like any incident, we will look to make sure that we are doing the best job we can with our students.
Yesterday, we spoke with a staff member with the district who told us that teachers and staff are frustrated with the current policies MMSD has. They told us they'd like to see the policies reviewed. Belmore said she and the district just want to create a good, positive environment for students where they can learn. She said the disciplinary procedures tie into that.
Developing tonight, police are still working to learn who put hidden cameras in East High School students' hotel rooms in Minneapolis. Here in Wisconsin, we confirmed through Cottage Grove police they executed a search warrant for a home in the village of Cottage Grove yesterday. Isthmus is reporting police also searched the school. Madison School Superintendent Jane Belmore says the district has put extra staff at East High School to help support the students. Hundreds of Milwaukee area students walked out of classes today to demand change after 2 shootings inside schools.
When I hear my classmates saying that they consider ditching school because they don't know if it's safe, their parents don't know if they're going to come home, I know that we have a problem.
Students held signs with slogans like "Books, not bullets" and chanted "No more silence, no more violence." 14 different schools held walkouts to get the attention of lawmakers and demand gun control legislation.
Right now, Iowa County deputies are asking people to avoid Jamie Street in Dodgeville. That's right next to Harris Park. Officials posted on Facebook that this is due to, quote, law enforcement action, but there's no other information available at this time. Residents who live on that street are asked to stay inside their homes. We will have updates at Channel3000.com. To weather, colder with some freezing drizzle chances. Let's check your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
We're watching some light precipitation pushing through southern Wisconsin right now. This is in the form of some flurries and some patchy freezing drizzle. You can see on high-resolution Doppler radar that little band of precipitation moving through. Not very heavy right now, but notice visibilities are below 5 miles, especially north and west of Madison, with some fog mixed in. And temperatures are below freezing from Madison on toward the west. To the southeast, it's still above freezing, 34 degrees in Janesville. So where temperatures are below freezing, there could be some slippery road surfaces for at least a short period of time. Otherwise, expect cloudy skies, some areas of fog overnight. Tomorrow will be cloudy. It'll be breezy and colder, with temperatures falling from a morning high of 28 through the 20s. There could be a couple of flurries or a little patchy freezing drizzle. Later, I'll take a look at a quiet forecast for much of next week.
Gary, thank you. Officials have released the names of the 3 officers involved in a fatal shooting in Beloit on Tuesday. DOJ officials say Officer John McMahon, Sergeant Ryan Flanagan, and Detective Nathan Adams fired shots at 23-year-old Monte Penning. They have 29 years, 19 years, and 14 years, respectively, with the department. Penning's death is still under investigation. Police are looking for an Atlanta attorney and UW-Whitewater graduate who went missing a week ago. Demetrius Allen has not been seen since going out with friends on December 6th. He had texted friends that he left the bar to go to a nearby fast food restaurant, but when they tried getting in touch with him the next day, they never heard back.
The woman accused of beating a Madison teacher at Orchard Ridge Elementary School is out on a $500 signature bond tonight. According to a criminal complaint, LaCandace Walker's child has special needs and behavior problems. She allegedly came to the school very upset, grabbed the teacher by the hair, punched her in the face, threw her to the ground, and continued punching and kicking her. The complaint claims at one point Walker was yelling into the hallway, quote, "I gotta do what I gotta do for my daughter." Walker is scheduled to be back in court at the end of the month. A judge has ordered registrations for more than 200,000 voters to be tossed. The judge sided with 3 voters represented by a conservative law firm, saying the Elections Commission should have immediately deactivated the 234,000 voters who did not respond to an October mailing within 30 days.
The governor touring a new state-of-the-art training school in Sun Prairie built by union workers themselves out of their own paycheck. Sheet Metal Workers Union Local 18 partnered with area union sheet metal contractors. They voted 2 years ago to build this training center, voting to take $1 an hour out of their wages to pay for it. Today, they showed off their new facilities to the governor.
We need to keep getting the word out that all the jobs that we see today in the trades are really good jobs, and young people should consider it.
Sun Prairie facility will train future workers from Dane, Columbia, Sauk, Rock, Greene, Iowa, and Lafayette counties. They currently have 100 apprentices in the Madison and Janesville areas who will use it.
Ground has officially been broken on a residential community in New Glarus, built to give individuals with special needs independence. A group of parents who were concerned about the futures of their children with developmental and other disabilities started the nonprofit Home of Our Own. The 40-unit development will have 10 units set aside for people with disabilities. The others will be available for anyone else looking for affordable housing. The organization says places like this don't exist outside of big cities. The only options are to live with your parents or in a group home. Dane County Regional Airport is adding a nonstop flight to Washington, D.C. United Airlines will start offering twice daily nonstop flights to Dulles International Airport starting in May. Ticket sales begin tomorrow. Airport officials say the flights will offer routes for business and leisure travel to D.C., plus serve as a connection to the 34 international flight destinations offered at Dulles.
Today is Chuck Folk Day in Middleton, honoring the city's police chief who is retiring after 33 years with the department. He notably led Middleton through last year's workplace shooting and calls that one of the most trying days of his career. Folk worked his way up the ranks from intern to police chief, holding 9 different jobs at the department.
Working with those people in our community and having that positive interactions with them is something that I'll miss.
And Folk expects the council will name a new chief next month. Christmas came early for one family who received a surprise shopping spree at Target worth nearly $800 from the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County.
Gabriella Becerra tagged along for the surprise and shares how the holiday spirit is motivating people to give back.
It really is the season of giving. In just a quick trip to Target this morning, we met people who filled multiple carts full of goodies, all stuff that will be going back to the community. While it can be easy to get wrapped up in the holiday rush, some are taking the time to give back to those who need it most this year.
This is the season of giving.
The Boys and Girls Club surprised a single father who works 12-hour days to support his 3 kids with a shopping spree at Target.
He bought 2 car seats for his kids, a whole bunch of clothes. He bought they call them fire sticks, like little mini iPads, for his kids to be able to use, in school.
Michael Johnson says he loves seeing families get to walk up and down the aisles to choose the stuff they want and need.
This is a season where we should be utilizing our lives to change the lives of others. This is a season of giving, and I hope and I know people will step up to make a lot of kids happy.
Johnson met Lisa and Angela in the checkout lines at Target. They're also fulfilling Christmas wishes for a family from Badger Childhood Cancer Network.
Really, at our age, we need nothing.
Yeah.
So we want to be able to give back,
Right.
and to know that we're putting the smiles on the faces of both the kids and really hopefully the parents as well just means the world to me.
Each year, these elves pick 2 families to give back to, buying toys.
We got JoJo Siwa headphones,
clothes,
Snoopy PJs, Elf PJs,
and essentials for each family member.
Everybody gets everything on their wish list when we get the family.
So everyone can have a present under the tree on Christmas morning. Angela and Lisa were able to grant this family's wish list this Christmas thanks to their colleagues at their jobs who raised nearly $600 for one family. The Boys and Girls Club will be shopping for more families at Target on Thursday.
Talk about doing something good, Gabby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We have an update on that law enforcement situation in Dodgeville we mentioned earlier in the newscast. Police say the action on Jamie Street is now complete. Residents can resume normal activities. Next at 6, a Cottage Grove gardening store will soon close its doors after decades of service. We'll hear from a co-owner about what the experience meant to her.
And there's more local news ahead. High-quality home surveillance video helps Janesville police identify 2 burglary suspects only 20 minutes after posting it on Facebook. We'll have that story tonight on News 3 Now at 10. State troopers in the Green Bay area are utilizing new drone technology for a search and rescue mission you might not expect. 12-year-old River, an Australian Shepherd puppy, was thrown from his owner's car during a crash near UW Green Bay last week. He's spending time at a local animal hospital while his owner recovers from serious injuries after hitting a deer and flipping the vehicle into the median. Search teams put up a drone along the busy highway to follow paw prints, and they actually found River hidden in the snow.
And eventually his little nose came out and sniffed my hand, and then he got a little closer and I petted him, and as soon as I could get a hold of a collar, boom, he's out of the hole. Then he was all licking me and like, oh my God, somebody found me. And there was people up on the right-of-way fence that are all cheering and jumping up and down.
It took 8 hours to find River. His owner told reporters that hearing he has been found brought everyone to tears, and that was the best feeling ever.
Packers get ready to take on the Chicago Bears. Dozens of fans putting in the elbow grease to clear the snow from the Lambeau Field stands. The 200th meeting between the Packers and Bears will kick off at noon Sunday. If you're attending, bundle up. Temperatures are expected to be below freezing. The Packers have announced they are providing free Quick Trip hot chocolate and hot cider for fans. A popular gardening store in Cottage Grove is closing on Christmas Eve.
After 4 decades of bringing life into the community, Jamie Perez shares why the owner is suddenly closing up shop.
Well, the owner and her husband built their life together about 49 years ago and have watched their business grow over the past 41 years. Last month, her husband died from stage 4 prostate cancer. Carol Napton tells me that she and her husband worked more than full-time trying to run that business together, and when he died, she said it was too hard to run it on her own. She said she will miss the people she's worked with, the friends that she's made, but most of all, the memories that she built with her husband.
I can't tell you. In my heart, I miss everything. He was my soulmate. I'll probably miss him the rest of my life.
She has a little less than 2 weeks to sell everything in her store, and right now most of her items are about 50% off. And she is closing both of her locations. Their last day open is Christmas Eve. They'll be open till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, wow. That is sad to see it go. Jamie, thank you.
Sure.
Well, ahead in sports, the Badgers volleyball team is headed to the Elite Eight. Melissa Kim has an update on their win against Texas A&M coming up.
And it could be a little slippery on the road tonight. Chances of flurries and freezing drizzle. Gary tells us what to expect next in your complete First Alert forecast.
Gary Canalti joins us now and could be a little bit slick.
Yeah, we're watching some flurries, some freezing drizzle that are starting to move across southern Wisconsin, but it looks like the bulk of the precipitation is moving pretty quickly. So I'm not expecting any snow accumulations or anything as this band just kind of swings on through. And on high resolution Doppler, you can see there are some breaks in there as well. So at this point, it's mainly freezing drizzle and some flurries that we're expecting. Temperatures are critical. If they're below freezing, that's where the roads can become icy. And you can see we're at 31 in Madison. Most areas from Madison to the north and west are at or below freezing, whereas south and east of Madison, Janesville is still holding on at 34 degrees, but they will eventually drop below freezing as well. Also, fog might become an issue tonight. I'm not expecting dense fog, but still visibility is right now dropping to below 5 miles to the west and northwest of Madison. So 3 things you need to know about the forecast: some freezing drizzle, flurries, maybe some fog tonight. Just a slight chance of both for tomorrow, but the main message for tomorrow and Sunday is that we'll turn colder for this weekend. Falling temperatures tomorrow, highs only in the lower 20s on Sunday, but quiet weather is expected not only for next week, but for next weekend and into the first part of the week right before the Christmas holiday. Temperatures will turn a little colder this weekend, but then start warming up toward the end of next week. You can see the normal line, so we'll see temperatures slightly above average. And looking farther out into the future, the Climate Prediction Center 6 to 10 day temperature outlook calling for above normal temperatures for much of the country with the highest probabilities just out to the west of us. and below normal precipitation expected through much of the eastern three-quarters of the country. So if you're looking for a white Christmas, the chances, I think, are dropping day by day, at least here in southern Wisconsin. Stormy pattern expected along the west coast, and even the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook showing above normal temperatures through just about the entire country other than northern New England, and above normal precipitation out west, maybe a storm track starting to set up to our south, but below normal precipitation to our northwest and also to our northeast. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam, not seeing any precipitation right now in downtown Madison. High today 34, the low 27, so not much movement in the temperatures with the cloudy skies. We're at 31 now with mostly cloudy skies. The air is calm, and with those light winds and the increasing humidity, we'll probably see some areas of fog form. But the jet stream is flattened out. It's from west to east, so that brings in milder Pacific air, and even though these weather systems are coming through with plenty of clouds and some chances for precipitation, it keeps our weather from getting too very cold. There is a cold front to our north and west, actually a stationary front to our southeast and a cold front to our north and west. The two will combine, and this whole storm system will just kind of rev up to our east. So we'll be on the back side of it for tomorrow as temperatures drop. You can see to our north and west, those temperatures going from the 30s here to the teens. We'll look for temperatures falling during the day tomorrow as the storm system kind of comes together to our east. You can see the winds becoming more northwesterly here. By that time, you can see the bulk of the precipitation heading up into New England. But then by Sunday, skies will clear out. The next weather system looks like it'll take a southerly path, give us a few clouds and maybe a couple of flurries on Monday, but any accumulating snow will probably stay south of Chicago. So it's possible areas of central Illinois and Indiana could see a white Christmas. We may miss out. Our forecast for tonight calls for cloudy skies, some areas of fog, some patchy freezing drizzle or flurries, low temperature at 25. Tomorrow's high of 28 will be early. We'll see cloudy skies, maybe a slight chance of a flurry or freezing drizzle, but it'll turn colder as temperatures drop off during the day. Future track, that little band of snow flurries moves on through. Temperatures drop to the mid-20s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, falling temperatures. We're back down in the mid-20s by late afternoon. Tomorrow night, skies partially clear and low temperatures drop into the single digits and lower teens. Sunday will be a sunny but colder day. High temperatures only in the lower 20s. As we look at the 7 to 10-day forecast, those temperatures stay cold for the start of next week, but warm up toward the end of next week. Notice very little in the way of precipitation chances, and certainly doesn't look like any accumulating snow in that forecast.
Well, the Badgers keep looking unstoppable in this year's NCAA tournament. Highlights and postgame next in sports. Well, the Wisconsin volleyball team hasn't given up a single set in this entire NCAA tournament. Pretty impressive considering they are in the Sweet 16. A packed field house per usual today as the Badgers host 13th-seeded Texas A&M in Wisconsin. Aggressive from the very beginning. Madison duello, 6 kills for her today. Badgers take the first set 25-20. In the second, Badgers up. And then after a little bit of a rally, Danielle Hart with the block. She finished with 4 up front. Badgers win set number 2, 25-17. A little closer in the final set, match point here for Wisconsin. Dana Retke led the team with 14 kills. 3 Badgers finishing with double-digit kills today. And the Badgers sweep Texas A&M. They have now won 9 consecutive sets, but their attitude never changes.
I go with the same mentality every single match. I want to get kills. I want to put the ball away. Score points, so that's my mentality for every single match. And I mean, Clark dimed that pass, and it was that pass was even better than the kill. So
yeah, it's really exciting. I mean, no matter who we're going to play, we're expecting a battle. We're expecting 5 sets, going extra points. So really excited.
So who will the Badgers face tomorrow? We got a nice little Big Ten rematch. Wisconsin will face Nebraska, a team that they not only swept this season, but didn't give up a single set to, which has never happened before. Winner gets a trip to the Final Four in Pittsburgh next weekend. Well, 2 Badgers fresh off of winning accolades at the College Football Awards in Atlanta last night. Jonathan Taylor winning his 2nd Doak Walker Award in a row, and Tyler Biadasz earning himself the title of Best Center in the country with the first ever Remington Trophy for the Badgers football program. The duo now back in Madison, and the Rose Bowl could be the last one for both of them in a Badger uniform. Biadasz confirming tonight that he has submitted his name to the draft advisory committee, but right now he's just grateful that he was honored last night.
This award, it's great for the individual, recognition, but I couldn't have done it without my teammates, and this season, probably a lot of the guys outside of our university maybe doubted us for not having, a lot of the same guys come back, but I'm really proud of this group.
Barry Alvarez also in the house tonight ahead of the banquet. He was recently named one of the top coaches in college football history. He said it only mattered to him if he was in the top 10, though. And Coach Alvarez certainly has a lot of experience coaching in Pasadena, and he made sure to let us know tonight.
You're going to the Rose Bowl, man. It's not chopped liver. This is top drawer now. This is big time, and you're playing a big time opponent that's ranked higher than you. It's going to be a challenge, and you want to prepare like you're preparing for Ohio State in the championship game. It's really important.
Most important part, not chopped liver, guys. Got to remember that as we go to this Rose Bowl game.
He's done a few of those press
conferences. We are not chopped liver, anybody.
He knows what he's doing,
exactly.
Talking about Rose Bowl press conferences.
Yeah, for sure.
Gary, final check.
We're watching some freezing drizzle and some snow flurries move across southern Wisconsin right now. Not getting any reports of any widespread slippery roads, but secondary roads and side streets, especially ones that have been treated with some salt or chemicals, might become a little slippery. Also, some areas of fog forming. Visibility is down to about a half mile, or about less than 5 miles north and west of Madison. Current temperatures are below freezing now from Madison to the north and west, so that's where the roads could become slippery. Otherwise, look for a colder weekend. Falling temperatures tomorrow. Cold for the first half of next week, but a warm up for the second half of next week. Temperatures back to around freezing.
Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us at 6.
Have a great evening. We'll see you back here at 10.